Well, here we are with the hot shot one more time. And I tell you what, when I think of great tag teams, I think the East Coast Bad Boys, the Fear Factor, Kilo and Mark Southern, the Big Boys, the New Breed, Naughty by Nature. But there is only one team that's probably the most infamous tag team in this area that's known everywhere, and they're the Missouri Bad Boys. And right now we have the leader of the Missouri Bad Boys, Mark Southern. I think I've seen Money Mark. I've seen a lot of things about him. But I tell you what, Mark, you and the Missouri Bad Boys, the Renegade, have made an impression in this area that will never be outdone. I don't think anybody has done as much as you guys have done. Welcome
Oh
to the
man,
Hot Shot.
thank you, man. I'm glad to be here on the Hot Shot. Long time no see, Hot Rod. Thanks for the kind words. You just gave me little chill bumps, man. I know we worked hard to do the things we did, man. And man, those days in TIWF will always be some of my favorites, man.
Well, and I've watched you not only TIWF, but you've been here, there, everywhere, and doing a lot of things. You and Renegade. Actually, you ran roughshod all over West Tennessee and Arkansas and Missouri and everywhere else. You guys have really been the team that everybody looks for every now and then. They love you or they hate you. They can't do one or the other. When that Jimi Hendrix starts and Cookie St. James comes out with the broom, it's like it's on.
Yeah, it's one of the best things about it, man. Having Cookie out there playing that, and that crowd pops soon as that Jimi Hendrix hits, man. Ain't no better feeling than that. I'll tell you that right now, man. And shoot, Hot Rod, we've been running wild since 1992 or 91 is when I actually got into it, and then of course, we were all singles back then, but in the mid 90s, man, we were just killing it, man. All around West Tennessee, mainly some up in Missouri and Kentucky and Mississippi. We've been all over, man, and it's been a great career for sure.
Let me add a couple of things. How did you guys get together?
So, Force actually is the Missouri Renegade is who started the Missouri Bad Boys. Actually, him and our other partner was Joey Venture. Of course, Joey retired when he was younger. You didn't get to see a lot of him, but me and Force were actually working together at a shoe factory called Brown Shoe Factory over in Carruthersville. Of course, I grew up a long time wrestling fan. My granddad used to take me to the Mid South Coliseum on Monday nights, so I've seen a lot of wrestling, man. And this is in the '70s when me and him used to go down there. And I just bugged Forrest to death one time, and finally he broke in and started training me, man. Actually, his first training session, I went and beat on his door. He didn't think I was going to show up. We moved the furniture out of the living room and went to bumping right there in his living room, buddy.
That probably was not the best thing for the back. But I say this, and I say in the 70s, I remember the Mid South Coliseum on Monday nights in the 70s. Nick Goulas was running it, and it was wild and crazy with so many great tag teams you had in those days. The Interns, Don and Al Green. And I remember all those great tag teams that were around in that area. And I know those teams that you like to watch and everything. So let me ask you about. I know you wrestle a lot in TIWF, but if you had some places that you really, really enjoy, where did you really enjoy wrestling? Where did you enjoy going to? I know we have certain teams we love.
Can you hear me now?
Gotcha. Yeah, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that. I was muted,
Oh, no
but
problem.
yeah, definitely TIWF, but WOWF in Dyersburg, Tennessee at Country Nights was one of my favorite places, man. And then we had a place over in Batesville, Arkansas, at old middle school gym. I think it was the Miller Gym they called it, and man, that was a crazy place. You talking about easy to get heat, man. No security, and it was just crazy. But it was one of my favorite places as well, man. So see. NWA Mid South was one of my other favorite places to work, man. And then we worked NWA down in Mississippi. So yeah.
Being kind of the bad guys in most places, uh, do you have what was the most scariest experience you think you've had? I know you guys are tough,
Oh
but I mean,
man,
I know that's been scary.
I think the most scariest was in Batesville, Arkansas. Matter of fact, just talked
Mhm.
about that, and of course, no security. And back in the day, Hot Rod, we carried those lids around. We used to knock
Right.
people out with, kind of like PG-13 had the hubcap, but we had a lid because I used to work for a welding company, and I would always get the lids off the welding barrels, and we'd
Hmm.
carry them out with us. And there was a 70-year-old man, I would say 70, he was up in age, right? Crawled into the ring, and I thought, man, I'm about to hit this old man, and this place is going to come unglued, man, because like I said, no security, and I knew right then it was going to be a riot. I mean, we had probably 300 people up in that gym. It was to the rafters, man, in that little gym. And luckily, Mike Austin, who later become one of the littles for
Hmm.
KAW, come running out of the dressing room and saved it. But in the meantime, another fan had jumped up on the apron there, and we had to take care of him real quick, man. There's been some scary situations, and when we first all three got together, them two was wrestling over in Gibson, Tennessee. And
Hmm.
speaking of Gibson, there's going to be a show coming up with Premier Pro that I'm going to be at, so it's kind of like going home. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we're
But
gonna let you. We're
anyway,
gonna let you. We want you to talk about that before
yeah,
we end
and
tonight.
we actually had to get a police escort out of town that day because guy threatened to cut us and actually come towards the ring with a knife, man. So that was my first experience with some serious heat right there, buddy.
Well, I tell you what, yeah, that would be scary. That would be scary to me. And before like I said, you're gonna do Premier Pro in Gibson. I know Gibson is kind of the mecca between Gibson and Dyersburg. They're kind of two meccas of West Tennessee wrestling. So
Yes.
many great stars come out of both of those areas. So what's happening? What's happening in Premier? We can talk about that now. What you got
Yeah,
going on
that's
Premier?
a show in Gibson, Tennessee from Premier Pro. For Brian Rogers runs that show,
Hmm.
and he got some great talent on there as he always does, man. I'll be managing Steel Cross as Money Mark, uh,
Hey.
as you talked about. Uh, for 33 years, I was only the Missouri Bad Boy Mark Southern. Then I guess
Right.
I had an identity crisis. So that's what I'm going to be doing over there. And I know he's got let's see, some guys out of EPW coming in and all
Hmm.
that good stuff. The
Right.
card is can be found right there on his Facebook page.
Okay.
And so all my friends who remember me from the Gibson days, make sure you come stop by there, man. And we're
Man.
also we're in Somerville, Tennessee for Bluff City Wrestling, and the UWA we're part of that as well. So
Okay. All right then. Well, hey, this is gonna be the place. You know where my heart's always been, but I'm always for independent wrestling, and anywhere guys going out, and all of us who've done these hot shots have all said, go see independent wrestling. You don't necessarily see what I'm doing. We like to see what I'm doing, but go see independent wrestling. If you're gonna be in Gibson, go to Premier Pro. If you're gonna be in Somerville, go see Bluff City. I know at Premier you said you're gonna be managing my favorite tag team, Steel Cross. They're gonna probably beat me down, and probably EOG will be there, and some other guys will be there. But anyway, back to you. Back to Mark. Um, and we talked about companies, but do you have any particular guys that you just really? I mean, it's like if they said you got these guys this week, you said, man, I love it. You just really enjoy working more than any of them? You have teams, tag teams in your time?
yes, my favorite tag teams to work were, of course, Naughty by Nature, Rude, and Tully, and Poker. And
Mm-hmm.
then the Dazzlers, Mike Dial and Ricky Hayes, man, and we fought those two tag teams. It seemed like for years and years in the WWF, the NWA Mid South is what it later went to. But long running feud, and lots of Friday nights tearing that building up over there at Country Nights, man. And that's definitely there's the two teams that I love working the most, man. And Rude, me and Rude still talk a lot today, and actually me and Ricky Hayes do too. And I love those guys to death, man. They became family and friends later on, so it's great to have those memories with them. And I'll tell you, a great memory I have, and me and Poker Face talk about this and Rude all the time. But we were in Humboldt, Tennessee. We had a show at the National Guard Armory, and I think it was for NWA Mid South, and it was us three versus Naughty by Nature, And you could not have scripted this finish any better, Hot Rod. We all took a triple backdrop. So when we all landed, the ring just collapsed. It just broke. And Rude and Tully and Poker Face all pinned us for the 1, 2, 3, and the crowd popped. Good thing it was the main event because the show was over then because a ring broke and everything. So,
You
but
brought the house down.
one of my greatest memories of what we've done, man. We have done a lot. I mean, you were there the night that we went to jail in the cop car.
Yep.
The garage door came open. The sirens were there to throw us in the jail car. That's a great moment too, man. Even though I went to jail.
that was a great that was a great moment. And one moment you did to me that I've never said thank you for. You taught me how to do a body slam. Body slam. I never done one before. I taught it's still good. And I said, oh wow. I mean, you did that for me and making me a part of what's going on, which has always been, my thing. I've appreciated you and Forrest, Cookie, the whole group for allowing me to be a part of what you guys do, your antics. I loved it. I loved every minute of it.
Oh man, glad you did, man. Glad we can.
So what? Okay, let me because you still, like I said, you were Bluff City on a regular basis. You probably may do a Premier Pro. What do you see in the positive things we see in the newer crop of younger guys? Because I know you're one of the older guys. What do you see good about the crop of young guys? You got Steel Cross, which is a young team.
Well, I own my own company too, American Hostile, that we run over here in Missouri. So I do book talent through that, man. And most of mine are up in age and trained a lot. But man, I don't know, Hot Rod. Some of these guys, and I get tickled every time I go to a show and I watch them in the back just doing a whole dang match, man, in the back. I was like, man, how are you going to get out there and not forget something? You know what I'm saying? But no, there's some great ones out there, oh man, that are going to be Bullwhip Ballard. I tell you what, that's a name to look out for. He is got all the tools. Matter of fact, he part of the UWA, Bluff City, Crossroads down in Mississippi, American Hostile for me, and he just did a NWA show the other night down in Alabama, I believe it was in Alabama. For the National Wrestling Alliance. So I look for him to be going NWA anytime soon now, man.
And a few months ago, I know he did a UWA show it wasn't in California. It was out west. I know he did something because I saw it online. So I know he's been. I try to keep up with a lot of guys that I see here doing other things. But now, because I'm going to ask you, I have to ask you about Steel Cross. I have to ask you about them. Okay. I know Ethan Skill. I know Alex Cross. Known them for a long time. What's your opinion of them? I know you.
I think
they wouldn't be bad if you wouldn't have you manage. Okay, so you know they're great.
You talked about a young talent. I believe they worked EG3. I think you said their name was. Those guys, look, they had an excellent match the other night. We were in what was the name of that little town outside of between Trenton and Dyersburg there. Ran a show at the school there, benefit. And it was for Premier Pro. But those guys had a heck of a match, man. And I would rate up there as one of the best tag matches I've seen, man. I've been a long time. But Steel Cross has got everything, man. They got all the tools, the knowledge, man, and they're great guys. They listen, they can work. Of course, they are brothers, which helps. They read each other pretty good. I've known, I guess, Alex longer than anybody because Ethan wasn't wrestling. I was in wrestling, full time. I've been in the ring with both of them, and it's been a great time. And glad to be part of it, man, and managing them and see where we can take this thing. I love to run my mouth, and I can run it for them.
Well, like I said, they are there, and I'm trying to get them on the Hotshot because they are probably the hottest tag team. They're everywhere. I mean, they're everywhere. Friday nights, they're in Brownsville or here, they're everywhere, up the street, down the stairs, and down in Mississippi. They're just doing great work. So And so let's talk about American Hostile. That's your company.
As
We'll
is.
talk about that. So tell me what's going on up there? Tell me what's going on up in Missouri.
We got a show coming up April 5 in Caruthersville, Missouri, which we usually run just once a year, but we're doing a benefit to help raise some money for the recreational center over there.
Okay.
Hasn't had wrestling in the recreational center since the 90s when USWA was in there. So hopefully we pack them out, man, raise some good money for them, and got an action-packed card. We got some Ohio Valley Wrestling superstars, Tony Gunn and Donovan Cecil coming in. Got the Missouri heavyweight champ, Moonshiner Jason. Steel Cross will be there. Savage Brotherhood, a new tag team out of Illinois, I believe they are called Double Stuff, Team Double Stuff. So ought to be an interesting night, man. And never know what's going to happen. American Hostile for sure. That's why we get hostile.
There you go. Now Tony Gunn, he used to wrestle around here.
Yes, he did. He
Back in
started
the
out
day.
in Arkansas, I believe, LAW.
Yeah, and he also did some stuff for me at SCWA when we were doing Huntington. I remember him.
Yes.
Especially when I saw him, I see him on Ohio Valley, so that's a good thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good dude, man.
There is I don't know whether it's, we used to talk about the forbidden door, but I think now guys are working all over the area. And I think that's a plus for a lot of the guys. I don't know about you, but I think that's a plus for a lot of guys to get opportunity to work different guys.
I totally agree with that. Sharing talent was the territory days. How you think they survived? And of course, you could rotate guys in and out and run good angles. And there is one certain company that don't like you to work for another company, so we'll just move on about that one. But other companies working together, like me and Johnny and Chad all came together to form the UWA, and we had another member, the AWA, since moved on. But that's how you do things, man. You swap talent, get good storylines, and make things happen, and hopefully bring it back territory days. We got a little territory, Missouri, Mississippi, and Tennessee that we run. So, like last couple Fridays ago, we were in Corinth, Mississippi. So now we're going to be in Somerville, Tennessee, and then we're in Caruthersville, Missouri. Then we'll probably be back in Tennessee or Mississippi or somewhere like that. Matter of fact, we're going to have a show coming up in O'Brien, Tennessee that we just created on May the 3rd. So that'll be coming up. Then we got a super show that's going to feature some NWA superstars and some AHCW superstars, UWA superstars coming from Bluff City and Crossroads, and for a big super card, Super Bash in Cooter, Missouri on May the 10th. So that's probably going to be the biggest card that ever hit Southeast Missouri, to be honest with you.
And that's when April 10th?
May the 10th.
May 10th, okay. I remember that time because when they first started selling lottery tickets, that's where we stopped at the lottery ticket.
Yeah, you went right across the border there, yeah.
I remember that. So you're staying real busy when it comes to wrestling right now, huh?
Yes, sir.
How's sports doing? How's Renegade?
Doing great, man. Our Boot Hill Sports Network went great. Put up some great numbers this year. We just got done with basketball. We had a couple teams we covered that went to the Final Four. Girls basketball team out of Portersville and a boys basketball team out of Puxico here in Southeast Missouri. So got to go to the Final Four for the second year in a row. So it's been exciting.
Okay, Boot Hill Sports Network. What is that? Talk about that. What's that?
That is my sports network that me and the wife run, man, and we cover all the local high school sports in our area here, the high schools. We got 3 schools that we cover full time in football and basketball. Crowsville, Hayti, which is where I live, and then Portersville. So, and we're looking to add more schools next year. But we do other teams as well, if needed to be, if they ask us to. Like we go to Cooter sometimes and do their basketball games. We go to South Pemiscot, which is in Steele, Missouri. We cover their basketball team as well. So, I'll tell you what, basketball is really our busy season because you might have 2 or 3, 4 games a week, instead of that one night in Friday night football.
Right, yeah. It's with Tuesday, basketball Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, or whatever. That's normal days.
Yeah. And if you got a tournament, it starts on Saturday and then runs all week. So, yeah.
Well, that's a good thing. So on the network, what besides basketball, football, any other sports? Baseball? You gonna do baseball in the summer and in
I
spring?
think I'm on vacation now, Hot
Oh,
Rod.
come on, man! So you gotta have
I
some
got a full
baseball in
time
there.
job that I also own two companies there in
Mhm.
the in home service business. Glowing Hearts in home and consumer directed services there that's gonna keep me busy. So I'm a busy man for sure, man, with everything going on.
Well, that's a good thing. You can enjoy, and you enjoy what you're doing. That's a good thing.
Yes, sir.
When you talk
Yes,
about, it, I'm looking in your eyes. I still see the light I used to see back in the day. We didn't have all this hair. I
there you go.
mean, the
There
light
you
is
go.
there. You got okay, and let's go back again. I'm gonna go back to Naughty by Nature, Rude, and Tully, and the synergy that you had was similar to the synergy you had with Lawman and Bob. In
Oh, that was
TLW,
great
there's a
too, wasn't it?
synergy there. It's
That
like
was a great time. Yeah.
you guys like you enjoyed it so much. I mean, it was
Yeah, that's probably I'll tell you what, the lawman and the Bob angle was probably one of my favorites, man. I mean, the storytelling was there, man, and then the renegade going to jail, he couldn't show up for the main event. And then the sheriff actually was a special referee, and then I
mhm,
put my hands on him, and he arrested me. And man, I'll tell you what, that's right up there. There was another angle we did for WOWF. We were in Middleton, Tennessee at the time, and we got the chief of police involved in that one. And man, that was a crazy night too, because we hit him with that lid. We hit the
mhm.
chief of police with that lid, and that gymnasium was packed and about came unglued. But luckily, his deputies come out there and grabbed us, and they went to put us in jail. Of course, the local guy comes out, makes the save, and uh, we get our butt whooped that night by the local hero, and everybody goes home happy. But
So you guys have. I don't. Is there any time that you guys have actually been good guys? I mean, everywhere I know it's like you guys have been the ones to raise the sand. You come in. It's not like you're coming in as the good guys. It's like you all coming in as we're gonna take over the territory. That's what you do. Take over territory for a while. I very seldom I see. I got to get some help. I didn't call the Missouri Bad Boys. I think we did. I think that's one time. We did do that one time. You guys came. You do well because there's just something about the aura you and Forrest and the whole gang have that just draws people to. They want to come see you. Either want to come see you get butt whooped or want to see you overcome.
yeah, they know they're going to be entertained. I think that's what it is, and we're going to tell you like it is, and give it all our got. Give it everything we got for sure. When we're there, you see our names on the card. You're going to get your money's worth for sure.
Okay. I know you got American Hustle going on. You're doing the UWA. You kind of went Bluff City. Are you planning on expanding any further?
Well, we hope to, man. We're looking to grow this UWA. We're looking at some other organizations hopefully coming in soon.
Mhm.
We should be announcing that hopefully within the next few months, man. So
Okay.
we're working behind the doors on all that, man, and then the big shows coming up. So great things are coming down the pipeline for sure.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing. I've kind of gotten out of the announcing business. I do every now and then. I'll do in Brownsville now. Well, once in a while, I go to Trenton if they need something. But at 66, doing all the jogging stuff, I can't do like I used to. But I
There
do
you go.
enjoy watching what I can when I see it online. I see you guys online. I see what's going on. And so you've always been an inspiration and good things that happen. So
Thank you, man. I'll tell you what, another good one was the Chico angle we did with Chico Mendoza.
yes.
Uh, you were heavily involved in that one as well, man, and
Mhm.
that was one of the great ones too, man.
And you see my shirt. I got my Hero Killer shirt on.
There
My
you go.
Devon, but that which is another person I want to kind of talk about. Devon Day.
Man, I miss Devon. Man, I was having a conversation with someone the other day. It might have been Brian T Pain
Mm-hmm.
and some other guys, and the name Devon Day come up, man. And man, what a talent he was, man. And gone way too soon, man.
Yeah, really do miss him. Well, when you talk
Yeah,
to Brian, please tell him to get in touch with me. He's supposed to be doing podcasts with me. Him and Baby supposed to be doing podcasts with me. I
I
want
sure will, man. They're
because I want
busy
to promote.
people too.
Yeah, I want to promote everybody. I'm not. As long as I don't get any negativity, I want to be positive. and I promote whoever as long as they can be positive about their company, what they're doing, because it's all about them. It's not about, I don't want to hear this is what's bad with the business. I don't want to hear that. Because my thing is, if you got to say what's bad and you can't put on a show, don't tell me nothing, So
There
I don't
you
want
go.
to go through that. I want to be positive about everything that happens because we hear enough negative crap in the world today.
Well, you got that right.
So I just want to do some positive stuff and everything. But yeah. So pretty much, okay. So let me get these dates in line. This is what I want you to do. All right, you got these dates you said lined up. I'm gonna give you the opportunity. It's gonna be you to tell me about all the dates you got coming up. All right.
All right. So we got March 29th this Saturday in Somerville, Tennessee. That is at the Faith Temple Church. I believe that is there. And we've got April 5th in Caruthersville, Missouri, to Diane Sayer Recreational Center there in Caruthersville. And we've got May the 3rd in O'Brien, Tennessee. That is at the auction house there in O'Brien. And then we got May the 10th, the big show in Cooter, Missouri. But we also got one I left out there, Premier Pro in April the 11th, I believe it is, in Gibson, Tennessee. So a lot of great independent wrestling shows are coming your way here in West Tennessee, Southeast Missouri. So make sure you get out there and catch some great independent wrestling shows.
I tell you what, thank you, Mark. And I tell you, we got this time done. It's going by so fast. I will try to see can I get Forrest on here sometime. I'm trying to get all. I would love to get all you guys on here. You guys just go crazy.
We can make that happen. I'll
you
tell
can
you what, I'll
harass me
reach out.
all you want to. I give you all the time to harass me all you want to and everything. But
all right, I remember the first time I met you in that little tin shed in Jackson, Tennessee, man.
Yes.
When we ran that little alley back there for TIWF.
Yep.
I'll tell you, the best move he ever made was getting out of there and going to Trenton, man. Look how much that thing has lasted.
True. I mean, it has. I mean, we've gone. This is the 17th year straight. That they've been there. And I was there for March Madness, so I feel kind of because that was the first show we did was first week in March, and I named the show March Madness, and we continue to have them. So I thank Randy and Wildside and that whole bunch for all that they've done for me. Like I say, I'm very. You probably saw on Facebook. I'm very appreciative of people. People didn't have to be good to me. Okay, I was not one of the boys. I didn't. I kind of learned kind of on the fly. I had people come in and say, "Hot Rod, you can do this and do it," and that's what made me feel good about it. That's why I want to tell you guys thank you. And this is why I'm doing the Hot Shot. I want people to know about you. I want people to know who Mark Southern is, who Money Mark is. I want people to know who the Renegade is. I want people to know who Cookie is. I want to know people, all these guys, and not just you, Naughty by Nature. People like that who've been positive in my life.
Yeah, you got a lot of talented independent wrestlers here in your area, and that's kind of like I started my sports network to get some of these guys exposure. So any kind of exposure you can get in a good way, you need to get out there and get it, man. And if you can help these young talented guys and get them seen by somebody that's important, that's the way to be, man.
Right. That's what we want to do. So, but I know you're a busy man. But I'm gonna let you. I just had to get some time to get you in here, Mark. I do appreciate it, and we're gonna get you back again. You just let me know when you are free, because I know you're a busy man. So you let me know when.
I will. Hot Rod, I'll line up with the guys, and we will make it a Missouri Bad Boy reunion on the Hot Rod Show. How's that?
That'll work. And I'm gonna have to. And you got to keep me up with what's going on in American Hospital because I do go to St. Louis, so a lot of time I can stop through. I go to SIC. I do go to SICW sometimes in St. Louis. I go to South Broadway Athletic Club, and I'll do that every now and then. So, I don't mind.
So you seen Slammer? Have you seen Slammer up there?
It's been a minute, but I remember him. But it's been a minute. But I was up at SICW when Golden Boy had AIWF World title. And I know a lot of the guys in AIWF. That's what y'all been associated with for a minute. Because Devon was actually the world champion for a minute. We had tag team champions from here that traveled. And I talked to the head of that the other day, and they have expanded they're going to Africa. They've got a group in Africa, and I've got the guy. I'm going to have him on in about 2 weeks from Africa. So I'm just trying to get everybody known. You know, everybody can watch WWE, everybody can watch AEW, everybody can watch those, but there's too many other things around that are good. It don't
That's
cost
right.
as much. You could have 2 hours of fun, frolic, enjoyment. It doesn't necessarily have all the boom, 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 but you got great wrestling.
There you go. Great storytelling.
So
Angles.
that's it. That's what makes it all
You got,
about.
especially if you got a weekly show where you can run them great ones like we did at TIWF and WOWF.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can. You know what? If you got good wrestlers that know how to tell a story, you can do whatever you need to do.
There you go.
And that's what we're
Very
working on getting our
much.
guys doing. So anyway, all right then we've had Mark Sullivan on here, the Missouri Bad Boy. Everywhere you go, he's known. And I'm telling you, and especially you, enjoy independent wrestling. And this Hot Rod saying goodbye, everybody. Take care.
Hey, Hot Rod, before we go, I got to say something.
What's that?
Got a quiver, liver, and shatter bladder.
Uh-oh.
Make the earthquake, the walls shake, and every woman's heart break. So you big, tall, little, or small, the bad boys whip 'em all. Hear me? Quiver your liver and shatter your bladder. Make the earthquake, the walls shake, and every woman's heart break. 'Cause whether you're big, tall, little, or small, the bad boys whip 'em all.